Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video we're gonna look to the controls options for ps5 and DualSense. Basic controls for the CAS and other configurations and options in War Thunder are horrible, so this video is created to help you for CAS, air support with top jets, and will be some other videos for air RP controls, ground RP controls, even air simulation battle controls. First one will be about CAS, about top tier CAS with F15E. We're gonna look on it. We're gonna look on it controls, how to configure it, and how to farm ground RB without any problems with your CAS. Let's go. First of all, I highly recommend you to create some presets of your bombs, your missiles, your rockets for different situations. I have configured for air RB, a lot of ground RB configuration, and air SB configurations. This is gonna help you because basic presets, yeah, I don't know why they are creating it. So mostly you're gonna use these ones for your class. Okay. This video is mostly created for newbies. So to set up your settings, first of all, you need to go to the test flight and check out how it's working there. You're creating your test flight, realistic battles, get your preset of ammunition. I'm taking Mavericks, aim 102, GBU 39, and GBU 12 with laser guidance and satellite guidance. I'm gonna set up use for 05 and spawn point 3 kilometers above airfield. In the test mission, you're set up in your controls like you want. First of all, we go into options, air battle settings, set up our HUD like we needed. You can set up like you want, and turn off and turn on some modifications here because they need it. First of all, for F15E with laser guidance, I highly recommend you to enable laser designator before launch. On the other bombs that have laser plus satellite, turn off this. You don't need it. Then seeker automatic stabilization, turn off, because if you don't turn off this, your stabilization point gonna gone after you turn around, or when you turn on your Mavericks or bombs. It's always will be in the nose of the plane. So if you need your optics to see always on the point, you need to turn off this. Automatic activation of radar, use rectangular radar if you need it, and other configuration I'm set up in like airspeed to task plus IS. It's showing me when I'm getting close to reach of my airplane possibilities, when I'm using my afterburner, and other settings. Two more needed things. You need to set up your altitude settings. First of all, indicated altitude, barometric and radar altitude. You will see the real altitude near the surface. It will show you. And say the minimal safe radar altitude, you will see set up it to 50 meters. It will help you to dodge rockets near the surface like AIM 120, R-77 and others, AMRAAMs that in the game, and some other radar missiles. Second, another thing that I mostly didn't forget, it's empty weapon containers automatic ejection. It's helping you like with Zunis or SU-25 when you releasing your air-to-ground rockets and you have empty containers of them. They're giving weight to your plane, and this will eject them, so you will have much more lightweight. Here, let's go to controls. First of all, in aircraft, swap sticks for aircraft access. If you using right hand, mostly in all shooters, to aim with your right stick. Then use mouse aim, relative control, and virtual instruction. Throttle access. This is needed point. You need to configure it here because you need to control your afterburner. You see, we have 110 afterburner if you use all, but if I make a small, it's 103. This is not gonna take a lot of fuel, and you can control your speed with this. And you can turn off your afterburner. This is all for afterburner. Let's go to controls back. Change your roll axis, clean here, and set up axis like maximum value right arrow, minimum value left arrow. It's gonna control your turn rate. You control right and control left in the free look view. So pitch axis, you're gonna need to set up like this one. You control nose up, nose down. So I'm using only my arrows now and control my pitch. Why we need these buttons? So in the common, we set up like tactical maps, statistics. This is needed for our basic controls for CAS, but mostly needed here is our free look. Basic free looks is horrible. Clean it in the controls. I will show you where it is, but you need to set up this one to feel comfortable with your CAS. Set up mouse look activation like on L2. This is how I set it. Mouse camera zoom on square. And here you need to set up your sensitive, because with the low sensitive, it's so slow. And set up like you want it. You see, I can control my plane and I can do free look. I can see what is behind me, what is going on, and do what I want. So let's go back. Now, with command, we set up everything we need. These other are not needed. Let's go to our plane controls. Now, ignite boosters. This is needed for planes which has boosters. Toggle flaps. This is needed configuration. Flaps are needed to turn around. Mostly effective. On some planes you have mod of your flaps like battle, and you can turn around like a beast. But mostly if you want to turn around faster, you turning on your flaps and turn around. See, I'm turning around much faster and using my down keybind. Now I'm like turn on my aim 9, and boom, go another way and kill him. Okay, toggle air brake. You need air brake 2. Is X plus arrow up. You turn it on air brake. Some top tier jets are right, controlling their movement with air brake with lower speed, and this is gonna help you to lower your speed even with your afterburner and turn around. You can use flaps plus air brake and turn on much faster, but look on your speed, it should be not pretty low. Okay. Toggle gear. We show in our gears, it's only needed for sit on your airfield or going up from the airfield. Drag, shoot, you use it on the planes which have chutes. Okay, weaponry. All guns, we're gonna use R2 to shoot from our cannons. You see? You are shooting like this usual R2, like in all shooters. Then we go into fire secondary weapons. We need this controlling. Mechanization secondary weapons. To release our secondary weapons, we need to maneuver, and we do not need so much weight. We have a lot of weight, and let's drop our GBU-39s. Bomb, and we can turn around much faster with lighter of our weight of plane. Then open bomb the It's for bombers on the lower PRs. Drop bomb, same button as we have on the fire secondary weapons. Fire rocket 2. Fire rocket salvo. It's to fire like rockets like Zunis or something like that, to fight them with salvo. This one is not needed settings. Drop guided bombs, same. Then we have locks. This is needed configuration. This is from our optional button L1 plus X. We're locking to everything with L1 plus X. Lock guided bombs, air to air, air to ground. Same buttons. You always have to set up it like add, always. And you will have same locking on the each weaponry. You see, I'm now going to lock my Mavericks. Boom, 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 boom. You can use R1. This is gonna do it faster, but if you wanna turn off your lock, you can press L1X once more, and this is gonna work. Let's go to our weaponry. Switch secondary weapons. This is highly needed configuration. With this, you changing your secondary weapons in your preset. So I wanted to fight with my enemies in the air, with the planes. I'm changing my rocket to aim 112. Locking it, fire. I wanna to fight with the targets on the ground. I'm changing my weaponry to buttons and set it to GBU-12 now. Let's drop it. Bombs start their go down. Then this secondary weapon ripple quantity is needed to set up like how much weaponry you want to use in one click. You set it up like in air RBs or in ground RBs to set up how much bombs you're gonna use. This is mostly needed for usual bombs that is like don't have any navigation or something like that. I highly recommend you to use it. This is also helps you to fire rockets like Zunis, S13Os that have high explosive in it, and use the how much you need. So mostly, I'm not going to show you how it's working. Mavericks, you can do this, but with usual bombs you can do this. Okay. Then what is needed? Switch countermeasures. From some patches before, now we can choose what countermeasures we're gonna use. This is needed to dodge MRAMs or R77s or AIM-112s. You're using this to control your chaff or flare. In the high left, you can see now I want to use flare and drop in only flares. Now I want to use only chaff and use chaff. And you can use both if you click it once more, L1 plus arrow up to throw your countermeasures and save from the rockets or SPAs. You can use it like you want. Then clear all over here and set up only periodic countermeasures release. You need it to drop your countermeasures like you want. In the configuration of the start mission, you can set up how recently they're gonna be and how much you need it. Okay, if you want, you can add button to control your move, but I'm not using it from here because I need more buttons. I'm using this from our control menu, weaponry, and over here we have countermeasures and turn off move. You can turn off it from here. You don't need to set keybinds. You're turning off it only on the start of the mission, and your mouth is not gonna blow away your countermeasures like in 5 seconds of the start mission because rockets are flying around. So, like this. Okay. Toggle laser designator. This is needed for turn on or turn off your laser for your laser guided bombs like GBU-12 on the other planes like Rafale or like Rafale with laser guidance and satellite guidance. You don't need to turn on your laser always. So in the common, not in common, in options, you turn it off this option, enable laser designator before launch, and in your controls, you're controlling your laser designator like you want. You turn it on if you wanna guide it with laser, or you turn it off if you need only satellite guidance for his bombs. But for F-15, I highly recommend you to set up like turn on the drop-in and control it manually like with L1, L3. So now we go into our radar. Change radar RST mode and radar RST beyond with visual range combat. So I'm showing how it works. Mostly I set up my basic configuration of my radar to TVS, and now I'm changing it with L1 right arrow that I want mode, but mostly you're gonna use TVS in ground or B to see targets. L1 plus left arrow is changing to ACM mode, and HMS mode to control like in free look and lock the targets with your free look. See, you can lock it from the free look, and if you turn around, you want to lock target or on the some horizon, you can lock it like you want. The lock of this is L1 plus R3. Let's go. Continue. Select radar RST. So L1 plus Tango. In the TVS mode, you can change with L1 plus rectangle your selected target, then lock it with L1, L3, R3, and shoot your aims 112. You cannot lock with aim 100 because in the passive mode they can lock without it. So let's go back. L1 or 3 to lock radar. Yep. Deactivate target point, sight stabilization, and disable sight stabilization. You don't need target point on this jet. You only need to set up your stabilization. Point is needed for the jets without like optics, without rocket optics like Mavericks. And if you have the optics container, you're gonna need only sight stabilization. I'll show you how it's working. So when you're flying around, you know where is enemy. You're setting up your stabilization point, like going around, making maneuver, but you know that the enemy is there. It's helping you, like if there is some panzer or somebody, and when you changing your view to rectangle, you're gonna see the point where it was set. And the new feature that Gaijin added in the previous patch is set up this target point on the map. So now you're flying around, if you see on the map there's somebody showed, you can set up the point, and when you turn to this point, you can lock in there and see all the targets. Then shoot fast your Mavericks with R1. And go away. Now, let's go to weaponry and continue our setups. Mostly we finished it. Yes, this is mostly we needed. Now, the gunners. These settings are helping you to control your sensitive in your optics. You need to set up it like to control your optics. Gunner sensitive, I'm in control speed, gunner view sensitive at max zoom. I highly recommend you to set up it like this, because in the different planes you have different zoom in your optics. In the F-15 we have not best container for our optics, but it's gonna help you. So in high zoom you're aiming like this, in the back zoom you're aiming with much more speed. Now I'm dropping my, let's say, I want GBU 12, GBU 39, bam, 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 and they're flying to them. Oh, I have no fuel. Okay, let's continue. Controls. So with gunners we understand everything. This is helping aiming with our optics container. This is only help you with the optics container. In usual, you're gonna use your own controls. They should be different. I highly recommend you to create like CAS with optics and usual CAS, like for the planes that don't have containers. For now, we're looking for the CAS with optics. Then we're gonna look for usual CAS when we don't have container. Okay, camera control. You need to set it up like this. External view is triangle, target optics view is triangle. So on the one button, you have to change view to your optics and back. You don't need other views. You only use like optics and go back to the third view. You see, I'm using only my square. It's not gonna work with the other planes that don't have optics. We change it to our preset to usual CAS. I will show the usual CAS and show difference between them. Okay. Let's go back to camera controls. Track, camera, bomb, torpedo. It's for looking for our rockets that we shoot it. Our Mavericks are reloaded. Then we go into setup at some point. You see some SPA. Boom. And we can look how it's flying to him. See, I pressing L1 plus 6 and controlling it. Boom, it's flying good. So this is what I needed. Then the clean. Over here, from the basic controls, is set up to view in battle. Clean this out. You don't need this basic configuration. It's gonna ruin your free lock, because only on 180 degree you can look with this mode. With our free look that I showed you, you can look for 360. With that look, your free looking gonna see it like this, and you can move it. Okay. Here, we're cleaning. Event selection menu is R1. Rather, menu navigation is left stick for me. It's needed for the menu navigation like we have on L3 button. You can turn off our radar here, turn off other sides. You have many other things in here. MFD, NVD, weaponry, and here you can turn on your toggle cannon ballistic computer to set up ballistic computer for your gun. When you go into the surface and you wanna aim perfectly, your aim gonna change and change. Yeah, you see, now it's different. It will show you where your bullet's gonna go. You can turn off ballistic computer if you don't need it, and aim on the ground not as good as it was. Now, so missile cancelers. Over here, we only need options to turn on our NBD mode, to turn on our thermals in our optics. In usual, you're gonna be like this, but in our optics, we're gonna need to see what is going on with our thermals to find targets, and boom, you see, I can turn off with flick down of my DualSense on the sensor plate. So this is gonna help you. This is mostly I'm using. Instructor, turn off this. You need to control your plane as you want. Auto control of engine is to off. And aiming, you set it up to right analog and right stick. You can set up like this. Set up like this. Add, always add. Toggle extinguisher, it's for our extinguisher if we are burning from some rockets. Okay, I showed you the F-15 controls. Now I'm gonna show you the usual controls when we have usual CAS mode. I'm loading CAS. So the difference here is only in the view. You see, in the CAS with options, you turn it on to optics, but in this, you turn it on like Maverick optics, then you have usual, then you turn on your other views. But mostly it's needed for the planes with no optics, and I will show you how to configure it. Also, you can do like this and go to the back to the third view. I will show you too how to set it up. You see, this is my Mavericks. Here is some SPA. I can see it. I will go here. Yeah, horrible thermal in the Mavericks. And you can use like this. It's gonna help you with planes like A10 late and other planes that have no optics with them. So what we're gonna here set up? We're going, this is all same, only go into the camera control, toggle view, and external view is L1 plus triangle. All other are same. And one more thing, you need to set up your Ghana sensitive and change it. This depends on the plane because sensitive are different on the zooming of all planes containers. So you need to set up it like you want. This is my configuration, and I found the balance in here, so you can set up it like you want. Okay, mostly this is all for CAS. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video about AirRB setups, and we're gonna see how to set up our controls for AirRB. Thanks for watching. See ya.